for a little bit, and then takes off again. And that is our club doing the same job in the golf swing. Okay, this is an absolute must if we want to hit good iron shots. Okay, hey golfers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're talking about the most common thing that I will see in golf lessons, and I'm not surprised to find it was the most common question in my subscriber video where I asked you guys what you were struggling with in your game, and that is catching the ball first and then the ground. Okay, this is an absolute non-negotiable in the golf swing. There's many other things that you can argue or debate, club face positions, all of those things, but this we have to have. So we're going to dive in today's video. I've got a little toy plane here thanks to my son. That's going to make some sense in a minute. And before we get started looking at it, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. So I'm going to get into the plane in a moment and exactly what I'm doing with that. But let's first of all understand, when the ball and club meet, we need to have the club descending down onto the golf ball. It strikes the ball first, the ball will leave, and it will spend a little bit of time in the ground, and we'll get more into that, and then it will start to travel upwards. Okay, so this can be used as a tack angle. So if you think about with this stick, if we have the little black spot on my alignment rod being the golf ball, and I'm hitting this direction, if we tilt that down, this would be a negative attack. Okay, now the golf swing is a circle, it's not straight lines, but imagine as the club would hit that black spot, the club would be traveling down and then come back out. That is something that we need. Now, the problem being is that you could have this nice attack angle and still manage not to hit the golf ball first and then the ground. And this boils down to a thing called swing arc or swing radius. We don't need to make this too technical because I'm going to show you how we're really going to simplify it. So I want you to think about where this club lands. Okay, and this is where our plane is going to come into it. Okay, so let's take a closer look at what that has to do with this. Okay, so we're down on the ground now and we've got our plane. Okay, just remember that this plane is in reference to our club head. Okay, up, down, and all of those things, right? So we now know we have to hit the ball, then the turf, non-negotiable. Okay, and I'm going to show you a really simple way to achieve this and practice it. Let's think of this first half of this video as understanding what it is we're supposed to do, and you'll be amazed at how simple it will become. Okay, so we have our plane. Okay, we need to land the club or the plane just after the ball spends a little bit of time in the ground, then comes back up. Okay, so if this was a plane, which it is, you think I've gone mad here. Thanks for watching, by the way, if you're still here and I have a toy plane. But if your plane is coming in, right, so here's your club coming down into the ball. We want to touch the plane down just at the ball. It spends a little bit of time on the runway and then takes off. Okay, that would be our club coming down this way, spends a little bit of time on the ground, and then takes off. Okay, now I referenced that some people can try and hit down on the golf ball and still not catch that ball first, because let's think about the plane now coming into land and it's coming in too steep and it hits early. Okay, crash landing, no good. Okay, club coming down too steep, too sharp, and early, and what that kind of does is it drives the swing circle down below the ground and it makes you contact early. So sometimes I'll see that on my TrackMan where somebody has a downward hit but they're still flatting the golf ball because they're not landing the club in the right spot in front. Okay, now other people, which is far more common, are going to get the bottom of their swing before the ball here, and this is roughly where they'll contact. Sometimes they'll miss that, maybe come up, thin the ball, top the ball, or hit the ground there. Now that would be quite a shallow landing, but still landing too soon. Okay, so the real skill is that we have to get this club and plane to come in, land here, and take off. Okay, again, another thing to watch out for is people try and land the club after because they want to take that divot. They know that's what they're supposed to do. We don't want to make it a crash landing after. Okay, so we have to think about that plane, and visually it's quite a nice concept. It's coming in shallow for landing and touches down for a little bit and then takes off again, and that is our club doing the same job in the golf swing. Okay, this is an absolute must if we want to hit good iron shots. Okay, so let's look at how we can transfer that thought process and that visual into some shots and some things that you can practice. Okay, so we're going to look at this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here, and then I'm going to flip around, because I haven't quite got enough space yet, by the way, for in the studio to get good front ons, but that will hopefully be coming very soon. And people watching me from day one will appreciate what we've done so far, and there's still more to do. Okay, so we're going to hit that shot, but I'm going to do my drills over here. So I have 2 alignment sticks, okay, and obviously they are in line. Imagine the target is this way. As we set up, thinking of the plane, right? Nothing technical here. I'm not talking about weight shift, because all this stuff is going to start to happen naturally and you won't need to think about it. I'm going to swing and try and just land the club like my plane here, nice and shallow landing and off. So I'm just brushing that turf. If you were in a bunker or on the beach, you used to hit balls on the beach when I was a kid. Great way to learn how to strike your irons. Draw a line in the sand or a bunker at your practice area and just skim the sand off in front of the line. Get really, really good at that skill. Now, the beauty is we all talk about weight shift, and we want to know, how do I shift? What should be turning? What should be doing? Where should my weight be? Whole list of things, right? But watch what's actually happening in my body as I make this move. Okay, there's a natural, I'm not conscious of this. I'm just landing that club, because my brain knows that if I'm back here, I can't achieve that. So I get all of that kind of for free without much thought. So all I'm thinking about is, this is my plane, and I'm going to land it here. Okay? Now, it is not, and I'll show you how to practice in a second, it is not a crash landing. You might be able to hear that or see that that's quite steep down into the ball. If you catch the ball first on that, fantastic. It'll come out low and strong, but it can be very, very difficult to control because it is coming down so sharp. All right, so it's funny, we kind of want to hit after the ball, but still remains some amount shallow. Okay, we're not looking to hit up on it like a driver, mind you, but I hope you get the picture from the plane. Okay, so how do you practice? You go to the range or the grass. Grass is really good because obviously you can see where you just skim the grass. I like to refer to it as bruising the turf. So it's a bruise just there, okay? You want to do 2 or 3 of these and feel it and look where it's landing. If you've done it 3 times in a row and it landed in the right spot, perfect, okay? Step into your golf shot. If you're anything like me and you like to wear a good quality leather glove when you're playing golf, but don't fancy the high price tag, well, go and check out my channel sponsors page for premium leather gloves at a fraction of the cost. Use code David at checkout and you'll save yourself a nice little bit of cash as well. And do not make a full swing, but start to feel the same thing. Ball, turf, little land, not a dig, didn't land too early. So I would repeat that process over and over. And guys, please do this. You know, these type of videos that I do on YouTube don't get the same type of reach as some of the others, but this will help you probably more than any video I've done so far, okay? So really do take time to run through the process. Whether it takes you 10 reps to actually feel that you have got that club landing in the right spot, then that's what it takes. And you then step into a shot and get the same sensation over a short swing. Ball, turf, you'll feel it. And you'll hear the sound difference. I always notice it in lessons. If I close my eyes, even though I'm hitting off a mat, close my eyes, I can tell if this happened or not. And it really, really is such a big part of the golf swing, okay? So you repeat that process over and over until you're sitting hitting an 8 or a 9 iron, 40, 50 yards with little swings and lovely strikes, because it's such a transferable skill right through to chipping, pitching, even bunkers as well, okay? So once you feel that, pick up the pace, start to do some more half swings. Land the club. No technique here, just physically, I'm in control of that with my hands, the same way I would put pen to paper. How do I do it? I'm not thinking of this, it's all happening. Then get up into some half swings. and get the exact same feeling. I can feel the strikes off those. Landing the plane, ball, turf, and back up again. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.